Welcome, guys, to the daily analysis for March 13th. So, yesterday was another day in the same range where we have been since February 3rd. It sounds like I am a broken record at this point, right? But that's where indices have been stuck, at least QQQ. Not much different, I can say. In terms of context today, we have GDP and PCE coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right? So, before the market open. And then we have Joel's job openings around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Can they cause some volatility? I mean, given the stage we are in with VIX above 25, anything can cause volatility, right? But so far, VIX gapped up. So far, it's selling off. And unless Trump comes up with something strange again going into the weekend, we are still range bound. All right. So as long as we are range bound, we got to give consolidation the benefit of doubts. We got to be neutral. Obviously, if we break below this range, we will be bearish. If we break above, we will be bullish. Again, the same thing that was valid over the weekend in the weekly watch list. QQQ SPY is actually above the 50-week moving average. It's above the daily 50 MA as well. So that's overall a good sign. QQQ is leading SPY overall. Even yesterday's sell-off, SPY is the one chasing lower targets. Don't really see much of a downside here if QQQ doesn't get weaker. All right. Another thing in terms of context is Microsoft had an inside day yesterday where Microsoft goes, so does QQQ. So keep an eye on this. If it expands to the downside, we can see another sell-off day. If it expands to the upside, we can see a good bounce. All right, so these are things in terms of context. Let's discuss the levels real quick. The levels are pretty straightforward. And the reason for that is after the initial sell-off yesterday, market just stayed in consolidation. Here's your consolidation. Pretty straightforward, right? Yep. So that's your neutral territory from around 598 to around 602. All right, so I'm going to put it around 598 and 602. Above 602, we can bounce to around 604 and then most likely 606 because that's our major bull bear line in this entire consolidation. What about on the downside? If we hold below 598, we likely go to the lows of the range around 594. So those are your levels for today. Pretty straightforward. Though it's a Friday and VIX is high, the action might not be that straightforward. Just got to be careful. Yesterday, I was pretty clear where my neutral territory was, 605 to 608. Price broke down. And even then, I tried to long. The reason being, given the massive gap, I was expecting some form of a bounce, which I was trying to scalp. And that didn't play out at all. So just got to be careful. As long as we play with the trend, it's hard to get stuck. Usually, you only get stuck when you try and do something counter trend. So those are your levels for QQQ. Let's see what about SPY.